it's Ellie. Welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. I am back doing an apartment today. I haven't done an apartment in quite a while. I don't know why. I've just been building a lot of houses. I have a lot of ideas for houses lately. Usually I prefer building apartments, but yeah, the ideas are coming, so I'm building houses while I can, while I can think of them. Anyway, today I decided to build kind of like a Zen apartment. I think that's what I am going to name it probably. But yeah, I just wanted to build a kind of interesting, very relaxed apartment that I think of someone who like does yoga. They probably live in this apartment and they're all like nature. Yeah, there's so many plants in this house that yeah, it feels a little, it's very green. Let's just leave it at that. It's a very green, full of greens apartment. Most of the apartment is actually white or like that really light colored wood. So yeah, I've been using that a lot too lately. I don't know why, but I just have. I like it. It's an interesting color and it looks very, when I'm doing lighter houses, I don't really like any of the counter colors for them. Beige is the only one that I really like the color scheme of, and this particular wood counter is really easy to match beige with. So yeah, I think that's why I've been doing it lately, because a lot of my houses have been very light colored. Except the one I just built. I just got the vampire pack, finally. I don't know why I didn't get it before, but I finally got it, and it's so fun. The vampires make really weird sounds, but I decided to build a house for my vampire, and I recorded it, and so I'll probably release that either next week or the week afterwards. But that house, I mean, does not have any light colors in it. It's a very darkish house. It's a vampire house. So I made it into like, kind of like a Victorian mansion almost. That's not quite the right style for it. But I can't think of what the style is called. So yeah, it's a creepy mansion type house. It looks really good. I'm pretty proud of the way it turned out, actually. And I absolutely love the new wall vines, like the creepy ones that go up the side of the house. Ugh, it's amazing. It makes me want to build my grandmother's house. She passed away a few years ago, but she had a pretty cool house that was, it was bright yellow, and then it had all of these vines and leaves growing over it, so much so that you couldn't barely see the yellow on the front of it. So yeah, I kind of want to build that house now. She had a cool, her house was nice. It was a very old style, but it was still good, and it was really well designed. Like it's, it has a lot of function to it, if that makes sense. Like the pathways that you walk are open, but you know, everything is right there where you need it. Some houses, I just feel like the layout of them and where the furniture is, it's very hard to walk through certain houses. But her house was good, and I try to make my house the same like that, especially with dogs. Like if you have dogs, big dogs, it is so hard to make a walkway that is like big enough for your dogs who are either following you on your heels or like right in front of you waiting for you to come to them. They're just always in the way, always. So having a nice walkway and like a nice well-functioning home, it's just really important. So yeah, this house though, it has a lot of whites in it instead of a beige. I mean, the floor and the walls are pretty beige, but I went with more of a white color scheme for the rest of the house, and then with all that greenery that's in there, yeah, I think it looks really interesting. I like it. It's a very relaxed looking apartment in my opinion, so I thought it worked out well. I do take away that hookah though, I'm pretty sure. It just wasn't fitting there. I didn't like the way it looked. I thought a hookah be would be nice in this apartment. It fits in kind of with the whole like Zen thing. I don't know. Seems like maybe some Zen people probably smoke a hookah or something, but yeah, I just wanted to give this apartment a really light and airy feel to it, so I hope I did that. It also has a grand piano. I don't know why, but I felt like that kind of just fit there and looked good. It is a pretty classy looking apartment, I think, even though it is like a Zen apartment that has all these different plants and shrubberies all over, especially the ones that I put growing along the wall. I think that looks really cool. You'll probably see me do it later, but yeah, I think it's a really interesting look to it. I've been really liking too these mirror backdrops behind the kitchen. I don't know why, but I think it looks really nice. It makes the kitchen look quite a bit bigger, even though that kitchen doesn't need any more size to it. It's a huge kitchen. Like, oh my goodness, there is so much counter space in that kitchen. Lately, I've been building kind of big kitchens, actually. I think. Yeah. My vampire mansion is a really big kitchen as well. But it's not like huge. I actually put it on an angle, so it looks a little weird to me. But I think it still works out, so I just left it the way it was. Because, you know, it's just me playing in this apartment, even though I will upload it to the gallery and put a video out for it in my recording. But I'm really the only one who's going to be playing in that, I assume. Maybe people will download it, but you know, maybe if they download it, obviously they like it, so I guess it's fine either way. I did go for different colors in the bedroom. For the wall color, I did this green here, and I think I did blue in the other one. Like a light blue. Also, I went with more grays in this particular bedroom. And can't remember what I did for the other bedroom at all. I built this like a week ago, so sorry, I don't remember everything that I did for it by now. I did put a few skill building items in here. Not too many though. I think just this easel actually. I put the computer. I don't remember if I actually put a computer on that desk. Oh, and right, I forgot about this. I made a sauna. One of the bathrooms I made into a sauna. I was gonna have 2 bathrooms, but to be honest, it's such a small apartment. I didn't really feel like I needed 2 bathrooms. It's only 2 bedrooms, so there's only gonna be like max like 4 Sims in this house. I don't know. Oh, I did put the hookah. I put it in this bedroom. That's right. Yeah, there's a hookah in here after all. Well, I think it's actually called the bubble blower in The Sims, so they probably wouldn't like it that I keep calling it a hookah, but I mean, come on. That's what it is. So, yeah, anyway, I put the sauna in the second bathroom because I thought a sauna would fit well in this apartment. Most of the time, I don't put a sauna in my houses because, well, I think it might be different in some of the European countries, but in the US, it's not common to have a sauna. Like, if you have a sauna in your house, it's very unusual. I have a sauna in my house, but it's very unusual to have one. Like, I've never met anyone who had a sauna in their house until I got one. But I mean, I didn't meet myself. That didn't make sense. But I've never known anyone who had a sauna in their house except me. And also my father-in-law. He's the one who recommended that I get a sauna in the first place. I don't know if I have much more to say about this build. I think I'm almost done with it. I'm gonna go through and put all the plants and like wall decorations, and that takes me quite a while because there was a lot of decor in this house. Like I keep mentioning, there's so many greenery in this house that it just took me a while to kind of put everything together. So yeah, but you know what? I'm actually going to tell you a story for the rest of this build, or at least until the story is done. I'm not sure if we'll take up the rest of this build, but yeah, story time. Yesterday in the morning, I was just downstairs cleaning, and randomly these two very large tractors parked in my driveway, and it really freaked me out. I ended up calling my fiance, and I told him that there were two tractors in the driveway. They were just like hanging out there. Didn't really like. I was a little nervous to go outside because I don't know, what are they doing in my driveway? But in the end, I did go outside. I just called my fiance to tell him in case I was gonna get murdered by farmers. It's not very likely, but I just wanted someone to know. So yeah, I took my dogs for protection, even though they're complete wimps and they're not guard dogs at all. But I went out with them and went over to the farmers, and they apparently had a flat tire on one of their tractors. So they stayed for a while trying to fix it in my driveway, which I was fine with. I told them they could stay there. But I guess they didn't fix it because later in the day after they were gone, I noticed that it was actually across the street in like, there's this tiny little, I don't even know what to call it. It's like part of the land that goes over pipes underneath. Most of it is kind of, there's like a huge rut that the pipes are in. You can kind of see them sometimes, but there's part of the land that goes over because there's going to be a driveway there soon. So they parked their tractor there and they just left it for the whole day. It's still there now. I don't know if they're coming back to get it or when, but yeah, there's the broken tractor in front of my house now. So that was interesting. I thought I might die. I wasn't sure, but it was fine. Everything was okay. I was just being dramatic like usual. Anyway, I did want to mention quickly about this build that I'm doing it right now. This cool wall vine thing that I kind of did with these. That's just a wall divider, and I put them behind because I thought it gave a better effect than any of the wall things that were there already. Like even this one, I don't know, I didn't really like it. It has kind of a wood paneling thing in the back, but it didn't look great. And you can't put them higher. They're like stuck on the floor or something. It's just they're just so square and it looks bad. It just looks bad for it inside. It's fine on the outside of a house, like whatever. That looks good, but this one just didn't look good there. So I did this again, and I think I just like the way it turned out a lot. I think it looks cool. But yeah, I think that's pretty much the end of the build now. This build was not sped up as much as my normal ones, so it was easy to see this one. It only took me 2 hours to build this apartment, which is not that long. I mean, I've done quicker ones, but this is a fairly big apartment, even though it's only 2 bedrooms. It's still pretty sizable in the outside. I don't know, we always fit a dining room and that large of a kitchen and an office and like the grand piano in there, so yeah, I think, but I like the way it turned out in the end. I'm just gonna add a ton of more plants through it. Oh, and I put a lot of wall decor on the floor because I think it looks cool there. But yeah, like I said, that's about the end of the build. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel because I post Sims videos every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye!